and welcome to RFI Digital Channel's program World Focus. This is Bushra Batul and the topic for today's discussion is weaponization of space. Space technology, spacecrafts, satellites, space stations, among others, are the terms we often talk about, and people of all ages are quite interested to know about how the space mechanism in satellites work and how they are helping people in their day-to-day affairs. We might be familiar with the commercial uses of satellites like operating navigation systems, scientific exploration, providing signals for communications, and remote sensing, etc. But we rarely talk about how states are employing space technology in benefit of their national interest. Surveillance, tracking of forces and troops monitoring, situational awareness, and ensuring accuracy of precision-guided munitions are some of the crucial uses of satellites used by states and serve their defense purposes. The competition of states for space exploration is ever increasing, and associated security concerns make it even more intense. Consequently, counterspace mechanism is also evolving in order to deter other states' hostilities if need be. This creates a race of power balancing in space. The Union of Concerned Scientists notes that space was holding 6,718 satellites by the end of 2022, and all of these satellites were carrying different objectives. Counterspace mechanism or capability may refer to any technology that is used to disrupt or destroy another space-based system. Direct ascent anti-satellite, co-orbital anti-satellites, electromagnetic warfare using directed energy weapons, and cyber attacks are most notable counter-space weapons used these days. So far, the United States, Russia, China, and India have conducted debris-causing anti-satellite ASAT tests, validating their capability to destroy other satellites. In today's program, we are going to discuss such capabilities of the above-mentioned states. Although Pakistan has not yet conducted anti-satellite testing, it carries other advancements in space technology, which will also be discussed in the program. The United Nations presented a resolution in December 2022 to ban anti-satellite testing, ASAT testing, which received varying responses from these states. The US has voted in favor of the resolution. China and Russia have voted against it. India and Pakistan, however, abstained from voting. Let's now talk about country-wise space and counter-space capabilities and start with the first country to conduct anti-satellite testing first. The United States. In response to the Soviet Union's Sputnik 5 satellite, the US developed first ever anti-satellite ASAT missile, Bold Orion, and intercepted Explorer 6 satellite as a target in 1959. It has got numerous other counter-space technologies as well. Co-orbital anti-satellite. The US has conducted multiple tests of technologies for close approach and rendezvous in both low Earth orbit (LEO) and geosynchronous orbit (GEO), along with tracking, targeting, and hit-to-kill intercept technologies. Although these technologies are non-offensive in nature, but they may lead to a co-orbital anti-satellite capability anytime. Network jamming. The US has an operational counter-communication system, CCS, deployed globally to provide uplink jamming capability against geostationary communication satellites. Through its navigation warfare program, the US at some instances have also interfered with the Global Navigation Satellite Services GNSS signals to prevent its use by the adversaries. electronic warfare and directed energy weapons. The US has an operational electronic warfare counterspace system. Over the past several decades, it has conducted significant research on the use of ground-based high-energy lasers. With its satellite laser ranging sites (SLR) and defense research facilities, the US possesses low-power laser systems with the capability to dazzle and possibly blind Earth observation imaging satellites. The Missile Defense Agency (MDA) is conducting research on directed energy weapons (DEW) to ensure defense against ballistic missiles. If developed, it may be used against other orbiting satellites as well. Space Situational Awareness (SSA). The United States owns the most advanced SSA capability in the world, particularly for military applications. The core of its SSA capabilities is a robust, geographically dispersed network of ground-based radars, telescopes, and space-based telescopes. With the continuous addition and upgrading of sensors and signing of data sharing agreements with other countries and satellite service providers, the US is advancing its software systems that are used to conduct SSA. Let's talk about Russia. Russia conducted its first ASAT testing in 1963. Russia's significant space capabilities are evident, especially after the Russia-Ukraine war and with the recent Russian invasion of Ukraine in 2022. One of the Pentagon's correspondents termed the Russia-Ukraine war as first commercial space war because of probable use of space technology during this war. Co-orbital ASAT. Reports suggest that Russia has started a new co-orbital ASAT program, Burevestnik. The Cosmos 2491, 2499, 2504, 2521, among others, are all likely to be co-orbital ASAT weapons. Most of them are secretly launched for orbital rendezvous and inspection maneuvers. NASA notes. Russia in 2021 successfully demonstrated a direct ascent anti-satellite capability by hitting its own dysfunctional Cosmos 1404 satellite present in LEO using the newer DA direct ascent anti-satellite system, the Nodal. Network jamming and cyber attacks. Russia can significantly jam user terminals and GPS receivers within tactical ranges. The interference of GPS signals of Finnair, a Finnish airline, when it passed nearby to Kaliningrad, verifies this capability. In February 2022 only, at least 10 such instances of GPS disturbance by other Finnish airlines were reported in the week following Russian invasion of Ukraine. Electromagnetic weapons and directed energy weapons. Russia is developing high-powered space-based EW platforms to augment its existing ground-based platforms and holds significant expertise in making DEW, directed energy weapons. Russia is further developing military applications of the laser system to be able to function in a variety of environments. The Deputy Prime Minister, Yuri Borisov, claims that Zadera, a laser weapon, was used by Russia in May 2022 during Russia-Ukraine war and destroyed a Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicle UAV. This claim was, however, refuted by the United States and Ukrainian governments. The 2022 report of the Secure World Foundation suggests that Russia may have developed an aircraft-borne laser system that could target optical sensors of imagery reconnaissance satellites. The third country to conduct anti-satellite testing is China, destroying its own aging weather satellite in January 2007. China became the third country to conduct ASAT testing, causing serious concerns, especially for the US. A Harvard astronomer, Jonathan McDowell, termed the testing as the first real escalation of space weaponization over the last 20 years. Only in 2022, China performed 64 orbital rocket launches, breaking its own record of the year 2021 of 55 space launches, with a further plan to launch over 200 spacecrafts by the end of the year 2023. Electronic warfare and directed energy weapons. Although non-kinetic counterspace weapons, including high-powered lasers and microwaves, are still classified, the US Office of the Director of the National Intelligence claimed in Threat Report 2021 that China's ground-based laser weapons are capable to blind or damage optical sensors on low-altitude satellites, co-orbital anti-satellite, and cyber attacks. China possesses capability to rendezvous with other satellites in the same orbit. Additionally, China's cyber attack on space system have also been reported in last couple of years. SSA, Space Situational Awareness. China's space surveillance capabilities include SLC-18 radar that China unveiled in November 2022. It is designed to search, detect, and track objects such as ballistic missiles and satellites present in low Earth orbit (LEO). Quantum communication and computing satellite. With the launch of its first quantum satellite, Messius, in August 2016, the idea of secure and unhackable method of communication was introduced by China. Quantum encrypted communication has a special feature that any attempt to spy the signal transmission would be detected by the receiving stations. China, in January 2020, successfully developed world's first mobile quantum satellite station, and it was followed by the launch of first quantum micro-nano satellite Jinan-1 in July 2022. China's National Space Science Center is further working to make advancements in the field of quantum communication to develop medium-high orbit quantum satellites to build a wider quantum communication network. China has also completed building its own space station, Tiangong, in 2022 and is fully operational now. It hosts 2 crewed space missions every year. Shenzhou 16 is the recent mission sent in May 2023, hosting 3 astronauts, including the first civilian on a 5-month mission. The Chinese space program is closely monitored by NASA, and in a recent BBC interview, NASA chief Bill Nelson said that he wanted to make sure that they get to the lunar South Pole first before China. While expressing his concerns over Chinese space exploration drive, he commented, I quote, "What I am concerned about is that we find water on the south pole of the moon. China gets there and China says this is our area. You cannot come here, it's ours." Unquote. With this, we take a short break and we'll be right back.